anniversary afternoon. It is 12:19, 12:20 um, p.m. and it is October 9th, 2023. And today would have been John Lennon's 83rd birthday. Where do you want me to start? I'll start when I first discovered the Beatles. This was in the early 1970s, folks. I just had my 50th Beatle anniversary on June the 1st. That's right, 50th Beatle anniversary. And back in the early 70s, they had album rock. And WLAV, of course, local affiliate, they were playing Beatles live at the Hollywood Bowl. And that is my first memory of being blown away by their music. I didn't discover their later music until right around, and I'll get into that in a few minutes. But what an extraordinary talent on his own right, where all the Beatles met as the Quarrymen in 1957-58, because they had to wait for another band member. And the Quarrymen, Skittle group they started off with. And getting out of the breeze, because it's quite breezy today. And you can hear the leaves. And I want to get some clouds in here today. Get some sort of clouds in here today. And it is Monday. Yeah, and it is quite breezy. But anyway, the accomplishments, along with Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and like I said, congratulations to Ringo Starr. He got knighted. But anyway, John Lennon's accomplishments. I often stop and wonder, if it wasn't for the Beatles getting big, what would they be doing today? But Lennon and McCartney, in their own right, that's another story altogether. But I'm here to talk about John Lennon. And here, but in his own right, I mean, from Imagine to How Do You Sleep, Mind Games, Stand By Me, Double Fantasy, the last ever album. And normally I would not talk about this, but I feel like I'm ready to. 12/8/80, and he's been denied parole. Yoko Ono is 90, and her son Sean runs Ono Lennon Music now. And I feel that John would be very happy for Julian and Sean to be making music. There's been talk about them making music. But 12/8/80. Monday Night Football, Howard Cosell. Yoko, you know, it was a very, very interesting time, but it was also a sad time, because that was my first experience with death. And we all met at Fountain Street Church in downtown Grand Rapids. I don't know if it's still there today, but that's where we all met and we gathered together. And I knew that music was enjoyable and everything when I was like growing up in the 70s. But and I remember Elvis Presley, but I didn't really understand the concept of the importance of music and bringing people together until John Lennon was killed. Mark David Chapman. And that's when I discovered the importance of music and bringing people together. I'm going to mute the mic a second. It's just a little bit too cold. And if anybody calls while I'm doing this, did I unmute it? Okay, I did. Hang on a second. But the importance of music and bringing people together, that's like I said, that's when I first felt the importance of music and bringing people together, no matter what your age is or generation. Um, and like I said, I was 8 going on 9 at the time, but at that age, you kind of like grow up quick. And like I said, it was my first experience with death and everything. So you might as well say it left a powerful mark. And it'll be 43 years. And this year has been a good year. But just the songs that he wrote. I'm going to go through the psychedelic years if I can find it. There we go. I found it finally. Go through the psychedelic years. I mean, the songs that he wrote on his own, like Mind Games and Love, the songs on the Imagine album. And even though that Imagine is 53 years old, his albums still hold up. I mean, they're timeless, they're classics. Um, the one that really, really sticks out is the one song that I'm trying to psychedelia is Power to the People. And that's just as now and relevant as it was when it was made. I mean, his accomplishments alone And with technology, and what really freaked me out is, and I was just getting something, and I did not know that you could release music posthumously. I mean, after you're passed away, and I was still in my teenage, I was a teenager, and Milk and Honey was released. I'm going like, okay, is he dead? Is this a joke? Because I didn't understand that you could do that, and it took me another few years just to get over that. And I guess you can. And speaking of posthumously, the last ever Beatles record is coming out. And no, I'm not going to do a review on it. And yes, I've heard Free as a Bird and Real Love. Don't ask me how I feel about it because the world will never know. Am I looking forward to hearing it? No. Will I hear it? Yes. But I will talk about Dolly Parton. And I done a review on that. Um, I just wished that it was 1,000 times better. I I'll just leave it at that. But his music was done. Ringo and McCartney are still putting out music and whatnot, but I don't like talking about his assassination as much. But I was at home when it happened, and whatnot, and it's just, I often stop and wonder, what would he be doing now, musically? And I often stop and wonder, and I deal with death this way. Could you imagine the party up in heaven right now? And I bet you it that would be. There's a song that by the oh, I can't think of their name offhand. Um, the Righteous Brothers, Rock and Roll Heaven. I bet you it would be one heck of a rock and roll band, you know. And I don't know how the last Beatles record's going to go because John's gone and George is gone, and I don't know if they got approval from Olivia or Danny. Danny is George Harris's son. And like I said, I will not talk about the last ever Beatles record, so don't ask. But anyway, I can talk about John Lennon. The first ever, and I'll leave this to a close because I have to put this on the charger a little bit and whatnot. Um, the first ever, and it was right around the late 70s. And I forget what album it was because I have not heard the entire album in its entirety since the late 70s. But the very first song was Mind Games. I never mentioned that before. But now that I'm approaching reevaluating my life and putting other things first, I'm tending to talk about things that I never. Some of my life will be extremely private, but yeah, it was Mind Games right around 79 because I was interested in the Beatles first, but I was just getting into their solo stuff in the late 70s, early 80s. And I might as well tell you, Mind Games was John Lennon, uh, Band on the Run for Paul McCartney, the No 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 song by Ringo, and George was ironically everybody will think I'll say My Sweet Lord, and it wasn't. Um, it was what was it? Um, All Things Must Pass. And anyway, what can I say more about John Lennon than I've already have? Um, Extraordinary talent, pioneer. I'm going to use this word music pioneer because it is. Um, they're all the Beatles are pioneers in their own right because they brought so much to the table musically together and in their solo careers. And they were influenced by everybody, you know, and individually as well. You know, they're such great teachers in music, like the blues. You might as well say, even though that rock and roll wasn't heard until 54, 55, you might as well say the blues was the birth of rock and roll. And, you know, and it just went, and they went with it. You know, it's like the Beatles turned into the Stones turned into the Who turned into Cream, and it's like a rebirth of music. You know, like we had the blues, which turned into kind of like country, blues, rhythm and blues, country, rock and roll was brought into metal, and then there's your light rock, which was, you know, there's so many different types of music these days, and without the influencers and the pioneers from all of the music genres, and I'll go back to classical music even, there wouldn't be music today. And I often think, where would our music be without the pioneers? Good concept, good subject of thought. So, and I think I will end it here, but I just wanted to wish um, Yoko Ono a very, very belated birthday. Even she was a pioneer before her time with her music and her artwork and whatnot. And like I said, I am so happy that Sean and Julian are making music. I think that is great, and I really really wish that Cynthia Lennon was alive to see it. Yoko is still alive, but I just wanted to come on and wish John Lennon a very very happy heavenly birthday, and keep the music alive. And I can't wait to hear the last ever Beatles record. I'm going to end up listening to it anyway, but like I said, I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself on that particular subject. Uh, Open Arms with Steve Perry and Dolly Parton. That's going to be a big question mark. Am I looking forward to that one? No. Little off topic. But I just wanted to come on and wish John Lennon a very, very happy 83rd birthday in heaven, and keep on rocking up in heaven. And I'm Carrie Knopf, and I'll see everybody next time. Bye.